The best cure for insomnia is to get a lot of sleep, and that was said by W.C. Fields. I so often catch myself running around between school full-time and work full-time. I have little to no time to get a good night's sleep. Most nights, I can only sleep for 4, 5, 6 hours at best, only to wake up tired and to do it all over again. Many of us run on little to no sleep to be productive and successful. But how many of us are lacking sleep? And furthermore, what are the dangers of this and how it affects us? I wanted to first start off by defining what sleep deprivation is. Defined in the dictionary, it is the condition of not having enough sleep. It can either be chronic or acute. A chronic sleep-restricted state can cause fatigue, daytime sleepiness, clumsiness, and weight loss or weight gain. It adversely affects the brain and cognitive function. Complete absence of sleep over long periods of time is almost impossible for humans to achieve, unless they suffer from a fatal familial insomnia. Brief microsleeps cannot be avoided. They did studies of long-term total sleep deprivation, and it has caused death in lab animals. Sleep deprivation is a common occurrence in modern culture. Every day there seems to be twice as much work and half the time to complete it in. This results in either extended periods of wakefulness or a decrease in sleep over an extended period of time. While some people may like to believe that they can train their bodies to not require as much sleep as they once had, it's false. Sleep is needed to regenerate very important parts of our body, especially the brain, so that it may continue to function optimally. After periods of extended wakefulness or reduced sleep, neurons may begin to malfunction, visibly affecting a person's behavior. Some organs, such as the muscles, can regenerate without whether or not a person is sleeping, so long as that they are resting. This could involve lying awake but relaxed within a quiet environment. Some people, if they cannot sleep at night, they do a substance replacement, such as sleeping pills. If they are tired in the morning, they replace their tiredness with caffeine, such as coffee, tea, or energy drinks, all of which you can be dependent on, and all of which are terrible for your body and your heart. Short-term effects of sleep deprivation involve memory and cognitive impairment, which means a decreased alertness and excessive daytime sleepiness can impair your memory and your cognitive ability, and it's your ability to process information. You can also have a poor quality in life, which is you might be unable to participate in certain activities, such as watching your favorite TV show or seeing your child's play. Also, it can affect occupational injury, which is in the medical field, any work fields. If you have sleep deprivation, or if you have a sleep issue, you can hurt yourself in there. And also, the main is automobile injury. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration estimates conservatively that each year drowsy driving is responsible for at least 100,000 automobile crashes. That's a lot of crashes. And 71,000 injuries. And unfortunately, 1,550 fatalities. That's a lot of people. The long-term effects of little to no sleep: high blood pressure, heart attack, heart failure, stroke, obesity, psychiatric problems, including depressions, mood disorders, attention deficit disorder, mental impairment in fetal and childhood growth, retardation, injury from accidents, disruption of the bed partner's sleep quality, and poor quality of life. Sleep is very important. Your symptoms: how would you know if you're tired, if you need more sleep in your life? Some of the symptoms include tiredness, irritability, edginess, inability to tolerate stress. I know that's a big one for me. Problems with concentration and memory, behavioral and learning or social activities, frequent infections, blurred vision, vague discomfort, alterations in appetite, and activity intolerance. Many people who don't get enough sleep just blow this off as they're hungry, they need a little bit more water, when really, or if they're bipolar, really, your sleep affects so many aspects of your life. So, how much sleep do we need? And how much are we getting? Well, the National Sleep Foundation did a study. And they said that children ages 5 to 10 need about 10 to 11 hours of sleep per day. That's about half your day, a little under half. They said teens ages 10 to 17 need about 8.5 to 9.5 hours a day. That's not bad. And then adults, they said you need at least 7 to 9 hours a day. And I know that I don't sleep up to 7 hours a day, unfortunately, and I need that. They did an interview, and the survey showed that in 2009, only 30% of adults reported an average 6 hours of sleep, and that only 31% of high schoolers reported at least 8 hours of sleep. And that's nearly an hour under of what we need, and all of which can affect your day throughout. I want to leave on a note of good sleep hygiene tips. And the promotion of good sleep habits and regular sleep is known as sleep hygiene, which makes sense. Hygiene is to keep you clean and keep your body right. So sleep hygiene would mean to make your sleep habits right. The following tips can be used to improve sleep. The first one is go to bed at the same time each night and get up at the same time each morning. And I know this may be hard for people who work or go to school, but I'm sure you can find a certain time, like 10, even if it's 10 o'clock at night. If you still go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, and then wake up after 7 hours of sleep, that should be your window. The second is avoid large meals before bedtime. And I have a very guilty conscious of doing this. I like to snack on things before bedtime, but your body, not only is it trying to digest everything before you go to sleep, because it doesn't do that when you sleep, so it tends to keep your body awake for a long period, and you're not in a deep sleep. The third would be to avoid caffeine and alcohol close to bedtime. Caffeine and alcohol, even though alcohol is a depressant, it tends to keep you, it's a stimulant after a certain point. So if you have like just a glass of alcohol, that's enough maybe to help you fall asleep, but after a certain point, it's only going to keep you awake, and such as caffeine is a natural stimulant. The fourth would be to avoid nicotine, because it increases your blood pressure and everything else, so your body is at a tense state. It's very, very important for everyone to get enough sleep in the world, and I know many of us don't. So I would advise everyone to get a good night's sleep tonight, at least 7 hours. See how you feel in the morning, and it can benefit you in so many ways, prevent so many diseases and health problems that can really hurt you down the line. I know many adults who wish they would have gotten a little bit more sleep because they would have done a little bit better in life. So that's all I have to say, and have a wonderful night. Sleep well and sweet dreams.